And I want to thank everybody for their time here today. I think from the...
Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry, Chris, I didn't see you come in.
Snuck in on you.
I'm sorry about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Congratulations to all of you. And I really just want to pick up, actually, where Senator Ricketts left off, and I know Senator Murphy and others with respect to Lebanon, Mr. Issa. I want to second the comments that have been made about the need to strengthen the Lebanese armed forces. In my view, they're an indispensable entity to ensure the central government has sovereign control over the entire territory. And I take it you agree.
I agree, definitely. This is the only hope for them.
Yeah. I do believe that right now that the UNIFIL forces are play an important role. Their mandate is set to expire next month. Do you believe that the administration should support the renewal of that mandate?
Thank you, Senator, for the question. The UNIFIL has been in Lebanon since the 70s, I believe. Yeah. And their role in Lebanon was monitoring the borders between Lebanon and Israel. At that time, it was a very important role because they were watching what can happen. Lately, with the war between Israel and Hezbollah, and then the fact that the Hezbollah has been removed from the south and hopefully removed from most of the territory in Lebanon, the UNIFIL role now is changing because the LAF, Lebanese Armed Force, is taking over the south, and their role is going to be exactly maybe as legitimate now army between the country on the border. It will be the damper that would create some kind of, let's say, security for northern of Israel. So the role of UNIFIL is kind of changing now.
If I may, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want to get to some
Please go questions.
Ahead. Look, obviously, things are in transition, but we're talking about a mandate that will expire next month. I would hope that until we succeed in fully replacing Hezbollah with the LAF in the south and disarming Hezbollah, my view is they continue to play an important role, and I hope the administration will recognize that. If I could turn to you, Mr. Buchan, and with respect to Morocco, I second the comments of my colleagues. We were glad to see them join the Abraham Accords. The question is the price that was paid in order to achieve that. And I just want to read a statement from former Senator Inhofe. Members of the Senate will remember him as a very conservative chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, who said, "I think that all countries should recognize Israel." I think he was right. He goes on to say, referring to the announcement by the White House, essentially asserting Moroccan sovereignty over the Western Sahara, he said this: "Today's White House announcement alleging Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara is shocking and deeply disappointing. I am saddened that the rights of the Western Saharan people have been traded away." And he goes on to detail the long period of colonization and UN resolutions calling for self-determination. Former U.S. Secretary of State James Baker said, and I quote, of this decision, quote, "an astounding retreat from the principles of international law and diplomacy, jeopardizing our standing across Africa and the world." My question to you, because I heard that one of your goals is to advance the Moroccan autonomy plan. My question to you is, do you see the UN having an important role to play in that process?
Senator, thank you for that question. As you can appreciate, I'm still a private citizen, so I haven't been read into all the details. What I'll say is this: I trust President Trump. I trust Secretary Marco Rubio. And I, as you know, if confirmed as an ambassador, I execute policy on behalf of the administration. I don't set policy. So,
are you familiar with this whole dispute and Senator Inhofe's views and the statements of Secretary Baker and the concerns expressed? Are you familiar with that?
I am not familiar with that, sir. And but I'm very happy to research that and get back to you in the committee if appropriate.
Okay. Senator, if I may, I have a very quick question for the nominee for Thailand, Ms. O'Neill. We're glad to see the fragile Thai-Cambodian ceasefire holding. Mr. O'Neill, I apologize. Thailand also plays a very important role with respect to the Myanmar conflict. It hosts approximately 150,000 Burmese refugees. It manages one of the longest and most volatile borders with Myanmar. And increasingly, it's become a channel for Myanmar's arms procurement through Thai banks, as the UN Special Rapporteur Tom Andrews spotlighted in a report last year. So what role do you think Thailand can play in lessening the conflict in Burma, which has been ongoing for a long time, at great cost to the people of Burma? And should there be any diplomatic or other consequences if the Thai government fails to prevent companies from using Thai financial infrastructure to enable atrocities in Myanmar?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. I served in Burma years ago in 2007, 2009 under the last military regime, and so I saw firsthand, my wife and I were there, we saw firsthand the horrors they inflicted on their population. I think it's frankly worse this time, probably, because of the violence that's spread throughout the country. This is a significant problem for Thailand, and it's one I think that affects their national interests and those of their citizens. You raise a good question of what role they can play. I think the first role they can play is to not recognize this regime, not to lend legitimacy to this Burmese regime and its military leadership. Similarly, I know that it's the department's position to not encourage them to hold these sham elections that they're looking to hold in the fall. And we are encouraging ASEAN nations, I think, in particular Thailand, and if confirmed, I would encourage Thailand not to recognize an election that does not include the participation of over 50% of the country, while most of the opposition leaders are in prison. With respect to your question on the financial networks, sir, if confirmed, I think that would certainly be something that we would have to look at I would look at very closely. I would certainly make clear to Thailand that it would not be in their interest or anyone else's for their financial networks to be used to fund ongoing instability inside Burma. Thank you,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Van Hollen.